It is Tuesday, January 6th at 6:30 p.m. I call to order the special meeting of Troy City Council. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sneed.
Here.
Mr. Kendall.
Here.
Mr. Terwilliger.
Here.
Mr. Phillips.
Here.
Mr. Swayzer.
Here.
Mr. Twist.
Here.
Mr. Heath.
Here.
Mrs. Oda.
Here.
Mr. Tremblay.
I move we excuse Mr. Tremblay. Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Kendall and seconded by Mr. Schweizer to excuse Mr. Tremblay. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Kendall.
Yes.
Mr. Terwilliger.
Yes.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Swayzer.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mrs. Oda.
Yes.
Mrs. Sneed.
Yes.
Mr. Tremblay is excused.
Mrs. Knight, please read the notice of this special meeting.
Notice of special meeting of the City Council to Council. You are hereby notified that there will be a special meeting of the City Council of the City of Troy, Ohio, at the council chambers in said city on Tuesday, the 26th day of January 2016, at 6:30 p.m. or later if the meeting of the Streets and Sidewalks Committee scheduled for 6:15 p.m. is not concluded by 6:30 p.m. For the purpose of considering R6 2016 final legislation, ODOT Bridge Deck Resurfacing Project and paving of North Market Street from Water Street to Staunton Road, meeting called by Council President Baker pursuant to Rule 25 of the Troy City Council Rules for Procedure. I will pass this around to be signed.
While people are signing that, then we have one committee report this evening from the Streets and Sidewalks Committee, and Chairman, Mr. Bobby Phillips.
Thank you, Madam President. Today, at about 6:15, the Streets and Sidewalks Committee met prior to the special meeting of the council. The city had just received the final legislation from ODOT, Ohio Department of Transportation, regarding a paving program scheduled for this summer that will include the redecking of the North Market Street Bridge. The city will pay 20% of the project, currently estimated at $14,344. The project will be scheduled to start after the Strawberry Festival and will be coordinated with the Troy schools if the project is not completed prior to the start of the school year. To meet with the planned bid date projected to be January 20 by ODOT, the committee recommends legislation be prepared to approve the final legislation for the North Market Street paving program as an emergency measure at the special meeting of council, which is this evening. This is respectfully submitted by Mrs. Snee, Mr. Heath, and myself as chair.
Are there any questions from council on the report? Thank you. We'll move on to resolutions and ask Mrs. Knight to read Resolution R6 2016.
Resolution number R6 2016, final resolution authorizing the Ohio Department of Transportation project for the Bridge Deck Resurfacing Project and paving of North Market Street from Water Street to Staunton Road within the city of Troy, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Are there any questions from council?
Move to suspend.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Phillips and seconded by Mr. Kendall to suspend the rules. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Terwilliger.
Yes.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Swayzer.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mrs. Oda.
Yes.
Mrs. Sneed.
Yes.
Mr. Kendall.
Yes. Move for adoption. Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Kendall and seconded by Mr. Twist to adopt the resolution. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Swayzer.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mrs. Oda.
Yes.
Mrs. Sneed.
Yes.
Mr. Kendall.
Yes.
Mr. Terwilliger.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted.
Mr. Kendall, I think you have a motion.
Okay, Madam President, at this time, I would like to make a motion that we recess into executive session for discussion of preparing for conducting or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Kendall and seconded by Mr. Phillips to recess into executive session. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Swayzer.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Heath.
Yes.
Mrs. Oda.
Yes.
Mrs. Sneed.
Yes.
Mr. Kendall.
Yes.
Mr. Terwilliger.
Yes.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Motion is adopted.
Are we on? Madam President, I'd like to make a motion. We return to council meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Kendall and seconded by Mr. Schweizer to return to regular session. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Twist?
Yes.
Mr. Heath?
Yes.
Mrs. Oda?
Yes.
Mrs. Sneed?
Yes.
Mr. Kendall?
Yes.
Mr. Terwilliger?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Schweitzer?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.